Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And of course, good morning, mini Motorways. Let's go to Los Angeles for today's daily challenge where we will only get road tiles. Oh no! We only get road tiles and we can't destroy trees. Oh, this is gonna be bad, y'all. There's a lot of water in Los Angeles, actually. Like there's the LA River, and then there's another river off to the other side, and like it's famous for its motorways for a reason. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, it'll be fine. It's gonna be completely and totally fine. Okay? Do we understand? It's going to be completely and totally fine. Good morning, Samurai Sam. Trombone Dalek was here first. Good morning, Dalek. It's like Dalek Baldwin. That's how you have to remember how to pronounce the recurring villain in Doctor Who. Or you could just watch Doctor Who, but man, there's a lot of it. Now, granted, there's a lot of things, but there's a lot of Doctor Who. You don't have to watch all of Doctor Who. My understanding is that Doctor Who is one of those things that even people who like Doctor Who will say, hey, it's like, you want to watch some of this, and then you want to watch that, and then you can skip a few years, and then you want to come back for this, and this is correct. Okay. I'm good. I'm glad to know that I have a correct understanding of the goodness of Doctor Who, or the relative occasional goodness of Doctor Who. The occasional goodness of Doctor Who is the title of the episode. Until I say something actually funny, which I might or might not. Mention Doctor Who, you get some good SEO. Lord knows we need the search engine optimization here in episode 668. That feels right. We did absolutely nothing for episode 666, as is our wont. Let's see here. I should know this. You'd think I would eventually know this. Hey, I was right. It is episode 668. I do know this. All right, we're going to kill this red road. Well, not kill, but we're going to readjust this red road right here to get a third red house to satisfy this business. These two yellow businesses are going to be supported by these two yellow houses for pretty much the whole of the universe of time, I think. Because, what the hell else are we going to do with them? You're going to have to go out this way. Samurai Sam would like to know the Goog's top 3 arcade games. Ooh. I mean, you could just say any video game is an arcade game if you try hard and believe it yourself, which is technically true, but also stupid. Bad things are happening. Oh, not good things. Oh, we have problems. Okay. Well, here, let's pop these two reds. The simplest thing we can do is this, right? We use our 1 and exactly 1 bridge. Now that we've used our 1 and exactly 1 bridge, we have a reason to bring these yellows into the fold. I wasn't going to do this until I needed to do this, but now that this road is here, we might as well do this. We're going to take these two reds and run them up along this way. As for these blues, I don't see an artful way to do this, so let's just have a terrible unlit intersection right there, and then boop, and then slide you down like Voop. Sure, we can slide you down like Voop. That's definitely not going to horribly wreck everything. Why would you say such a thing? I was never super much of an arcade gamer. Can I count skee-ball? Skee-ball is not in the spirit that Sam intended the question. He means video game, big tall cabinet, joystick button, coiny mash arcade game. Which, okay, fair. Although he will allow skee-ball, which is good, because I had 2 in mind. And was trying to rack my brain for a third. As for problems. Well, actually, this might not be problems depending on how quickly the map expands, Because if we get the map to go a little bit more northerly, a little more quickishly, we can actually just use these light blues in the way they were intended. And not so much the way they were intended as the way I want them to, actually. So you go up along here, and then you do that, and then you do that, and then, thankfully, we can actually cut past the top of the river here. So we go up over the river and around the woods, and we service these 2 light blue businesses, and everything's basically fine. So, the Goog's top 3 arcade games. Number 3 is going to be the Simpsons arcade game. It is a classic for a reason. It is very, very good. There was a Pizza Hut in the town I grew up in, and it had an arcade cabinet that for the longest time had the Simpsons arcade game. It was not quite the highlight of going to Pizza Hut because I was a large rotund child and I very much enjoyed my Pizza Hut, but it was a good reason to go to Pizza Hut in addition to the Pizza Hut. Simpsons arcade game, good game. Number 2, we're going to say Skee Ball. Skee Ball is a good game. It is fun. I am bad at it, but you know, it is still good and fun. And the number 1 arcade game for the Goog is just, we're going to do a catch-all umbrella every Metal Slug. I understand that there are like 85 or maybe 4 or some number between 4 and 85 Metal Slug games. We're just going to say every Metal Slug here. Metal Slug has like the exact right level of cartoony, ridiculous violence. Do you remember which one you played the most? Metal Slug. See, here's the thing. I don't know which one is which. They all have titles and subtitles and numbers or whatever. Metal Slug. I played Metal Slug. Metal Slug, you know, the one with the guns and the troops and the bomb guys and the over-exaggerated comedic violence and the silly, goofy nonsense. That one. Metal Slug. I played it, or them. There are somewhere between 4 and 85 Metal Slug games, and I played some of them. Which ones? Couldn't fucking tell you. Could not tell you. Special shout out to an arcade game that I never actually played in the arcade, WrestleMania the arcade game. WrestleMania the arcade game, I know as a Sega Genesis game, but it was also like a PlayStation game or whatever. It was a silly, goofy wrestling game. It was very silly and goofy. It was also very fun. I greatly enjoyed WrestleMania the arcade game. A damn fine game. Glorious. Now then, let's take 20 more road tiles and think about what we're gonna do. We are so fucked. All right, let's reposition some of these light blues. We're gonna reposition the light blues such that they swoop along this way. If they swoop along this way, that frees up this corridor down here. Having freed this corridor, we can, if we so wish, use it. So we grab this, we swing it like so. These reds come all the way down this-ishly, and then they go up to the here box. And by having done that, we get 2 red houses to serve as additional support for this circle, which is very good. And we also get a special bonus 3 yellow houses to support this ultra clusterfuck going on this way. These 3 yellow houses, good lord, may they never be needed, but they'll probably be needed at some point. As for this nonsense, let's do this thing here. We're going to grab these 2 reds, they're going to support this, and this 3rd red is just going to swoop in this way. We'll get a little bit extra red going because this is just garbage crap, and there's going to be traffic problems. This over here, totally perfect. 10 out of 10. No notes. Okay, 1 note, but it's fine. It's basically fine. There, we'll do that. Perfect. Absolutely perfect road, no problems with it. Nothing needs spawn here ever again. It's great. Trombone Dalek, like the _Goog, was a participant in Book It. You read books in school, and you eventually get yourself a personal pan pizza. 'Twas delicious. Or at least 'twas free pizza. And hey, free pizza. Let's do 20 road tiles and think about what we're going to do over here. Because we got a problem over here. And the problem over here is basically car nonsense. Yeah, that's basically just the problem over here. It's car nonsense. So we can't really do nothing about nothing. I could... Well... Okay, if I was willing to sacrifice... Hold on. If I was willing to abandon this yellow segment, which is probably a thing I should be willing to do. If I was willing to do that, I could then swing all of the light blues in this manner and all of the reds in that manner. That in turn would allow me to murder kill this road, swoop these along this way. We're not just swooping these into here because that would be an awkward, awful intersection, and we don't want any of those. We'd like to avoid them if possible. But if we do some of these going up here, we can have essentially boop and boop and boop, and we can basically just do terrible unlit intersections here and here, and these blues will just make shit work. These blues will eventually just make shit work. This one red car, I have no idea where you're going. Little red car, where are you going? You're coming all the way back down here to get back on your road and go up that way. Okay, fine. You do whatever it is you need doing, you weird little red car. Oh, hello, Nora. Come here. Yes. Oh, I wanted to say hi to you. Oh, you're such a little morale box. Okay, you very much did not like being randomly lap scooped. Alright, fine. Away you go. No more random lap scoops for the kitty cat. Okay, so this blue situation is degenerating quickly, actually. It's not handling itself overly well. I think perhaps badness is afoot. Interesting. Could solve this problem with, like, one of pretty much any upgrade, but, you know, we're not gonna get any of those, so it's gonna be fine. By fine, I of course mean, you know, fucked. But hey, it'll be fucked. Oh, hi there, yellow thing. Are you gonna spawn any? Oh, right, these yellows existed. I forgot that these yellows existed, and for a moment I was like, how the hell am I gonna support this business? And then I saw that there were a whole bunch of yellows up here, and I stopped worrying. That's good, seeing a whole bunch of yellows and stop worrying. Any chance you get to stop worrying about something is probably a good thing, for the best. Oh, let's see here. This yellow ecosystem is starting to fall apart, because you see we're out of cars and driveways. So, you know, doom foretold. Doom foretold right here. Like, imagine that big red Bloodborne text. Doom foretold. Doom has been foretold of this yellow circle. But we'll see. Maybe it won't be doomed. Maybe I'll realize that I can point this yellow house this way. And that will add an additional yellow house to this whole ecosystem thing. That'll allow the cars to pile up in the driveways and the doom shall be avoided. Doom avoided. Alright. Should probably stop referencing video games and media you haven't consumed. The _Goog. There are so very many of those, though. Like, man. If I couldn't make references to things I haven't actually watched, shit would be bad, y'all. We were on a break, okay? That's a thing I haven't really watched, yet a reference I can make. Oh, let's see here. Sam says that Balatro and Gimimimim is a lovely way to spend a morning. It is. It is indeed. Balatro is and remains a damn fine video game. It may or may not win the Game Awards award for Game of the Year. Who the hell knows? It's the Game Awards. Speaking of the Game Awards, and by Game Awards I just mean game, I have no idea what I'm... Well, this is the most ridiculous thing I could possibly do, so of course we're going to do this. If you see a better way of servicing this green business, I'd like to... Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Hi. Hello there, little greenhouse. We've got dudes for you. Okay, let's see here. Sam did mention that he might be streaming today. That's true. That's a fair and accurate statement, Sam. You did say you might stream today. Alright, all of this need not exist anymore because we have a whole bunch of green over here. These blues are mad for totally viable, reasonable reasons. Oh my god, a blue over here. Can I get one more blue over here? Give me one more blue over here. Please, game, give me one more blue over... No, not... I meant light blue! You technically supportive but not actually helpful fuck. Fine. Sorry, I cracked me up. Let's take 20 more road tiles. I did not specify. I did not specify. I said, give me blue. It gave me blue. And here I am whining about it. Alright, this green thing is going to come over and do this, which is going to be good and fine and excellent, except it's not going to do this part of that, because we need that part of that to be free for this part of this. You can swing over here, just like so. I coughed. Now you see, Sam, the key to feeling like streaming is to commit to a schedule and convince yourself that you're a failure of a human being if you don't stick to it. So, you know, that might work for you. Have you considered severe mental illness? If you haven't, allow me to extol the virtues of severe mental illness. So these three greens will come up this way, support that business. That'll be totally fine. I've chopped this business off of this ecosystem here, mostly so that we can watch this business die more quickly. Was kind of hoping we'd get another light blue over here, but, well, we asked for that in unspecific terms and got what we got. So, you know. This red circle is surprisingly hanging in there. These yellows are basically okay. I have no idea what's going on up this way. All of this spawn happening is a thing. Also, oh hi, hello. I just noticed. Boop and boop. Well, let's see here. We've got... Sam, you should stream whenever you want to stream. And if you don't want to stream because you'd rather be watching my stream, that's nice. And if you do want to stream at a time when I am streaming, you should stream. I am not the boss of you. Alright, let's see here. So these blues... Oh boy, this is a thing. So what we're doing is we're just going to flood this road, and then we're going to come out along down this way into here to get more support for this blue circle. Because you may have noticed this blue circle is fucked. This blue circle is not in good shape. So, we throw all the blue house carls in the entire world. They're my house carls now. We're playing Skyrim. So they're going to come up along this way. That's going to be fine. This blue circle is still mad, even though I pulled a business away from you. Don't understand why you get to be mad. I don't think you should be mad, honestly. I think you should be fine and happy and supportive of me. Also, this square business, fucked. So, we have nothing to do other than restore connection of this road, and it's not going to save anything. Both of these businesses were already dying, and now we're just making both of their lives harder. So, There's no real good answer here at this point, other than 1,000 light blues need to spawn right here, right now. If we get exactly 1,000 light blue houses to spawn in this little stretch of road that can accommodate maybe 8 houses, then everything will be fine. Failing that, everything will not be fine. So, it's really up to you, Mini Motorways, whether or not everything's going to be fine. Oh, look. Everything was not fine. 1,141 commuters actually feels like a decent score, considering that it's Los Angeles with don't break down the trees and also you don't get any freaking upgrades. Hey. I'm sorry. This has never happened. This has never happened. What in the, how in the, who in the, drop those GGs and Samurai Slams in the chat. We are tied. Victor failure or something. I don't know. That's cool. Come to me, the Wordle. Let us do this thing. All right, hold on. Wordle window has unpositioned itself. There we go. That's better. Sam technically wins because reasons. I don't know why, but it's a tie. All right. There. We are on level footing. Level is a terrible effing guess for the first word of a Wordle, unless it's right. It's not right. Okay, fine. Well, it's fine. Okay. Well, Sam has the honor of being the dude who... This is also a bad guess. Goog. Okay. It could be... No, it can't be thank. There's no N. It could be... It can't be shape. There's no E. It could be shaft. It could absolutely be shaft. We're just talking about etc. Nope. Well, okay. We're slowly learning things. It could be Mithy. Could absolutely be Mithy. I'm sorry, video game. Would you like to... Wordle, would you like to explain how... Okay. All right. Hi. Good afternoon, Sunflare Space. So... All right. We know where the T goes. And actually, because we know where the T goes, and we've eliminated everything else, we know where the H goes. So... we know it's something like that, which means it could be Hutch. No, it can't be Hutch, but it could be Pitch. Could absolutely be Pitch. Could be Butch. Okay, well, I mean, let's see here. It could be Witch. It could be Ditch. It could be Kitch. It could be Bitch. It's probably not Bitch. That is technically a non-swear, but also it's a mean thing. You know what? It cannot be Hitch. It cannot be Hitch because when we did first letter H, the first letter H was yellow. So it can't be Hitch. But there are still like 4 words it could be. So, oh, God. Well, Wicked just came out, or is coming out this weekend, or next, I don't know. It feels like the movie version of the musical Wicked has been promoted for about 6 years now. So it's either been out for a year or will come out in a year. Somewhere in there. So of course we're going to say ditch. Because why not? Oh, well, fine. Okay. I outsmarted myself. Very much so. We failed. A shame. So, hey. For connections, we need other things. It's true. Okay, here. So, the Plaza, the Overlook, and the Ritz. These are all hotels. Is there one more hotel around here? Probably. Anyone remember the Hotel Eloise? No? Is the Equity a hotel in addition to being a stage actors union? I only know Equity as a stage actors union, and also just the word meaning fairness. Son of a bitch. Could be the club. Alright, let's see here. Eloise is related to a hotel? Alright, fine. The Plaza, the Overlook, the Ritz, and the Eloise. Those are all hotels, right? No? Alright, fine. Let's move on. We'll get back there at some point. So if you get a raise, or a promotion, or a bonus, or equity, these are all things that your work could give you, actually. Yeah? Yeah! They're good things to get at work. You could get a one-time infusion of extra money, or part of the company, or a fancy title, or higher salary. All of those things. Sam has correctly noted that ignore, forget, discount, and overlook both mean don't pay proper attention to a thing. All mean, not both mean. You can't both afford. You can't both afford. Is what I was gonna say. It's correct. I was trying to say true, and then I changed it to correct mid-word, and I came up with direct. Okay. Animal, Ritz, Goldfish, and Club. Club is also a type of cracker, so there you go. And then we have Pug, Turtle, Plaza, and Eloise, which, I'm sorry. No, wait, no, I'm sorry. Connections, you can't just say. You can't just say. Okay, fine. There's a play or a movie or something called Eloise. You can't have Eloise be one of the things for a category called things that are in Eloise. That's not fair. That doesn't seem correct. Also, I've never consumed whatever media Eloise is, so apparently there's a pug and a turtle and it takes place in a plaza, or perhaps the Plaza Hotel. The world may never know. We're gonna play Strands. It's an open and shut case. Great. Well, first thing I see is messenger. So these are like handbags or something, right? Yep, these are handbags. Okay. The Spangram may literally be handbags, actually. The Spangram is literally handbags. So that's good. That's good. It's about a rich preteen girl who lives in a hotel. Well, listen, if I was a rich preteen girl, I would probably want to live in a hotel. Maybe in a future life. Who's to say? All right. Here's a bucket bag. That's a type of handbag. This over here is a barrel. Makes sense. We've also got, is this trying to get to crossbody? I think it's trying to get to crossbody. Crossbody. You get walloped with a crossbody. Sorry. We'll do a tote bag for the rare. Didn't have to do the X connection, but we can, so we'll do that. And then this over here is a doofle bag. Like so. That is a game of Strands. Very well done. Good job, the _Goog. For today's Immaculate Grid, we need Cubs and Tigers and Dodgers and Mariners and Padres and White Sox. Oh my. So many dude faces. All right. A Los Angeles Dodger who also played for the Chicago White Sox is Manny Ramirez. Right there. Jamie Moyer did not play for the San Diego Padres. He did play for the Mariners. I don't believe he played for the Dodgers, Tigers, or Cubs. Oh my. That's what the Wizard of Oz song was about, right? Dodgers and Tigers and Cubs. Oh my! Dodgers and Tigers and Cubs. Oh my! No? Alright, fine. Let's see here. A Seattle Mariner who played for the Los Angeles Dodgers is Adrian Beltre. Adrian Beltre absolutely fits the top left corner. Apparently Jamie Moyer was a Cub, which is great. Gives us a chance to use Jamie Moyer for the bottom left square. 45% of people. Okay, this is an early morning number. I refuse to believe that over the course of the day, 45% of people who get the Mariners Cubs square are going to use Jamie Moyer for it. That seems a little ridiculous. Just a little. All right. And a Los Angeles Dodger who was also a San Diego Padre is Adrian Gonzalez. Imagine if you had Adrian Gonzalez on your team and you traded him for fucking nothing. Like the privilege of not having Adrian Gonzalez. Imagine if you did that. What kind of stupid team would do that? That team would be stupid. Even if they went on to win the World Series 2 years later. And also, again, 5 years after that. What kind of stupid team? Oh, it wasn't. Yeah, because the trade was in 2012, because the team fell apart in 2011, and then 2012 was a disaster, and then they did the trade, and then it was dumb and stupid, and then they stupided their way into winning the World Series in 2013. Right. Anyway. A Chicago Cub who also played for the Chicago White Sox is a great many individuals, but we'll take the layup and say Sammy Sosa. And a Chicago Cub who was also a San Diego Padre is someone I want to name before we name any Tigers, just so I can focus on Tiger naming. Let's see here. Cub who was a Padre is Eric Hosmer? I don't think he was a Cub, actually. Anthony Rizzo was never a Padre. Sam, can we just call them cadres? Like, cadre is an actual word. Podrub sounds like Anakin Skywalker wants. It's not. They're cadres. We're gonna go with cadres. Sounds like something Anakin Skywalker wants is actually the title of the episode. Is that better than the occasional goodness of Doctor Who? Think about it. Actually, the more I look at it, the more I like the occasional goodness of Doctor Who, so we're going to stick with that. Now then. The fuck was I doing? Oh, right. Cadres. Well, crap. See, the idea is that you're supposed to be able to name some dudes and actually fit them in the square, so, you know, problems and struggles. Was Tony Gwynn Jr. a Cub? I don't think so. He was bad. Let's see here. Now, it doesn't mean you have to be good at baseball to play for the Chicago Cubs. As evidence, allow me to present the history of the Chicago Cubs. So, you know. Well, son of a bitch. All right, let's give this up and try to think of some Tigers for a minute. Detroit Tiger who played for any of these teams. Good boy. Billy Hamilton played for the White Sox, but I don't think he played for the Tigers. Austin Jackson played for the Tigers. And I think he played for the Padres. Am I making that up? I might be making that up. What I'm not making up is that Justin Upton played for the Tigers and Padres. Ha-ha! There we go. That's a smartness. I did a good thing. Let's see here. David Price was a Tiger, but he was never a Mariner, nor did he play for the White Sox. Let's see here. James Howard Thumb played for the White Sox, but not the Tigers. Jay Buhner was a Mariner, but not a Tiger. Tony Clark was a Tiger, but nothing else. Well, not nothing else, but none of these things. Oh boy. Darwin Barney was a Cub, but not a Padre. Greg Maddux is the bottom middle, actually. Bingo, bango, bongo. Now then. Justin Verlander was a Tiger, but neither a Mariner nor a Chicagoan. Jason Beret played for the White Sox, but not the Tigers. Aaron Seeley played for the White Sox, but not the Tigers. Let's just name the starting rotation of the 1995, probably, Chicago White Sox, thanks to World Series Baseball 95. Jason Beret was never a Tiger. Aaron Seeley was never a Tiger. Actually, he was on the Red Sox at the time. Jack McDowell was never a Tiger. Wilson Alvarez was never a Tiger. Roberto Hernandez was their closer. He was also never a Tiger. Ozzie Guillen, Frank Thomas, Robin Ventura. I corrected myself eventually. Let's see here. Failures. Let's see here. Ow. Ron Karkovice played for the White Sox, but not the Tigers, as far as I can recall. Travis Fryman was a Tiger who may have also been a Mariner? Am I making that up? I think I'm making that up. It seems a little bit too fancy. Hey, you know who fits this middle left square? Is Edwin Jackson. Edwin Jackson was a Tiger and Mariner, right? Wrong. Well, sigh. Did Edwin Jackson play for the White Sox? He did, which makes it even worse. Makes it even fucking worse. Let us see a dude who played for the Tigers and Mariners. It is Fernando Rodney, of course, baseball legend. Dude who's on the Hall of Fame ballot this year, actually. Dude who's on the Hall of Fame ballot. Hey, you know what? It is 7:36 in the morning. We have time. Let us do, if I can quickly find it, MLB Hall of Fame ballot. We are going to look at the 2025 Baseball Writers Association of America Hall of Fame ballot. The hell is this? This is not the format I was expecting. All right, there's so many dudes on this list. Is this just... Oh, okay, so you hit the plus and you get a little career bio for the dude. All right, off the tippity top of my head, the underscore Goog is giving thumbs up, thumbs down decisions on the 2025 MLB Hall of Fame ballot because we can and I want to, and it should be fun? Question mark? I don't know. So the rules officially are you can vote for up to 10 dudes. You don't have to vote for anyone, but you can vote for up to 10 dudes. And dudes have to have been, they have to have played for 10 years and then have been retired for 5. And I think that's it. And they can't be, permanently disqualified from baseball, which means no Pete Rose. So that's good. Anyway. Bobby Abreu had a really fucking good career. He's right on the border for me. If you say Bobby Abreu's a Hall of Famer, I'm not going to fight you about it. If there are 10 dudes on this list who are better than Bobby Abreu's the 11th dude. For right now, we're going to say yes. So Bobby Abreu gets in. That's one. Carlos Beltran was Bobby Abreu, but faster and better at stuff. Not quite as good at getting on base, but faster and better at most stuff. So yeah, Carlos Beltran gets in. That's 2. Mark Burley is so fucking close for me. He feels like it should be, but you know what? Fuck it. We're going to say yes to Mark Burley too. That's 3. Carlos Gonzalez had a nice career, but is a no. Curtis Granderson had a nicer career than Carlos Gonzalez, but still not a Hall of Famer. That's no. Felix Hernandez was okay. Felix Hernandez had 6 or 8 seasons of being an absolute no-dunk slam. I said no-dunk slam doubt. No doubt slam dunk Hall of Famer. And then he just stopped being good. Which is a problem. Through his age, 29 season or whatever, he was on track for an obvious Hall of Fame case and was going to go down as one of the best pitchers of the 2000s. And then he just stopped being good. On the other hand, the first half of that career was really fucking good. And he's got like various intangibles going for him. I'm going to say yes, because it's my fake ballot. Damn it. That's 4. Fuck Torrey Hunter. Torrey Hunter's an asshole. No. Adam Jones had a perfectly fine career. He, Good for him. He's one of those dudes who had a bunch of moments for Team USA in terms of like international baseball, which, hey, if you want to give him credit for those, that's great. That still gets him like nowhere near the Hall of Fame. So, hey, you had a good career, Adam Jones. Andruw Jones had on the merits a totally Hall of Fame worthy career and is also a shitbag. So we're going to say no. Ian Kinsler, you were perfectly fine and cromulent and good at stuff for quite a long time. And then you came to the Red Sox and sucked. I'm not going to say you're off the ballot because you came to the Red Sox and sucked, but it didn't help. Sorry. Russell Martin just misses for me. Like, he was a good catcher for a very long time. I don't necessarily think, like, I could be wrong about this. I'm willing to be talked into a different position here. For me, Russell Martin and Brian McCann, like, just missed the cut. I have not done a deep dive, especially into Brian McCann's stats. If you want to say Brian McCann's a Hall of Famer, I'm not going to call you stupid. To me, no. Dustin Pedroia. Dustin Pedroia is like Felix Hernandez, except instead of just randomly being bad, his body exploded. So Dustin Pedroia had the first, like, 80% of a Hall of Fame career, and this was 60% of the way through what would have been his normal career path, right? A typical aging curve and that sort of like natural decline. Dustin Pedroia had in the first 60% of his career, 85% of a Hall of Fame career, which is to say he was well on track to being a Hall of Famer. And then his knee exploded. And then he tried to come back and his knee exploded. And then he tried to come back and his knee exploded. And then he tried to come back and his knee exploded. And then, if you can believe it, he tried to come back and his knee exploded. So listen, Dustin. This is the kind of dude who very obviously should be in the Red Sox Hall of Fame. If he isn't already, he may well be. I kind of stopped paying attention to the Red Sox there. I don't think Dustin Pedroia is an like a baseball Hall of Famer, but if you want to say he is, I'm not going to have any harsh words for you. Hi, Andy Pettit. We just talked about you, basically. That's not true. You had a better career than Dustin Pedroia. You had a longer career and you had more success and more World Series and ever so slightly more steroid implications, by which I mean you admitted to taking HGH and nobody's taken you seriously as a Hall of Famer since then because of that. But, you know, I'm going to give you a yes, actually. Andy Pettit should be in the Hall of Fame. He was like one of the best, if not the best pitcher on that 90s Yankees dynasty. And that counts for something. Sure. Andy Pettit gets in the Hall of Fame. Hanley Ramirez had a career. Hanley Ramirez was a really good baseball player. He's not a Hall of Famer. Manny Ramirez was a fucking tremendous baseball player. Manny Ramirez was a borderline Hall of Famer in like 2004. And then he had another 5 years of being amazing. And also there were steroid implications and assholery about. And listen, I'm kind of a big giant hypocrite here, but Manny Ramirez is in the _Goog's personal Hall of Fame ballot. So we're doing that. Manny Ramirez gets in. Fernando Rodney, we just talked about him. He was a good relief pitcher for a long time. He was also a bad relief pitcher for a long time. This is the nature of relief pitchers. Good for you, Fernando Rodney. You had a really good career. Off you go to the hall of guys who had really good careers who are definitely not Hall of Famers. Alex Rodriguez is like one of the 10? Alex Rodriguez is probably one of the 10 best players I've seen in my life. Like Bonds, Griffey, Ohtani, Trout. You very quickly run out of dudes who are definitely better than Alex Rodriguez. There's a strong argument that like Ken fucking Griffey fucking Jr. was not as good as Alex fucking Rodriguez. The thing is, Alex Rodriguez did steroids and was an asshole, so he hasn't gotten into the Hall of Fame yet, and may never. A-Rod is 16th all-time in wins above replacement. Is that Baseball Reference or Fangraphs or at this level, it doesn't matter. A-Rod, fucking historically great baseball player who may or may not ever get into the Hall of Fame because stupid reasons. A-Rod's a yes for the _Goog. That makes 8. Is that 8 already? Okay. Francisco Rodriguez. K-Rod. He's Fernando Rodney, except a little bit better and a lot more saves. It's a no for me, but you had a good career. Jimmy Rollins is the Phillies' Dustin Pedroia, if you want to boil it down to an oversimplification. CC Sabathia is a yes. Is a very good pitcher for a very long time who had a couple of super trooper, tremendous, amazing, awesome seasons. So yeah, CC Sabathia gets in the Hall of Fame. Ichiro Suzuki is one of those guys who you can put in the list with might be as good as Rodriguez, although not really, because, like, here's the thing. Ichiro did a lot of really cool shit. He played tremendous defense and had a cannon for an arm and got on base and was really super fast and got a whole bunch of hits and said a super funny thing in an interview with Bob Costas one time. He was not anywhere near as good a baseball player as Alex Rodriguez. So, Ichiro is 1000% a Hall of Famer. Even if you pretend, and listen, if you pretend that he arrived fully formed on the shores of Seattle, Washington in March of 2001, and then from that point had a baseball career, Ichiro's a slam dunk, no doubt Hall of Famer. It is worth noting that he had been the best player in Japan for like a decade before that and did not actually arrive fully formed on the shores of Seattle, Washington in March of 2001. Ichiro's a fucking Hall of Famer. Troy Tulowitzki might have been a Hall of Famer if he didn't have the combined declines of Felix Hernandez and Dustin Pedroia. Chase Utley is a borderline guy. For me, he's definitely a Phillies Hall of Famer. He probably maybe has a meritorious case for inclusion, but there are like 14 dudes on this list, and I'm saving a spot for Billy Wagner. Omar Vizquel had a good glove and couldn't fucking hit and was a shithead and played for 20 years because he had a good glove and was the kind of shithead that gets along with baseball players. And every once in a while, Bob Nightingale writes a profile trying to rehabilitate him, even though he's a sexually criminal shithead. So, no. Billy Wagner, though, was a fucking dominant relief pitcher. And yes, he was a relief pitcher, and we noted that Fernando Rodney and Francisco Rodriguez were relief pitchers, but Billy Wagner was, like, excellent. Always. Forever. Billy Wagner pitched for, like, his last season, I think, was in, like, 2012 or 14 or something stupid like that for the Red Sox. And he was 8,000 years old, but he was also excellent. And I wanted the Red Sox to bring him back, but no, he retired instead, like a jerk. David Wright is the Mets' Dustin Pedroia. It is more accurate to say that Dustin Pedroia is the Red Sox David Wright, because David Wright was ever so slightly better than Dustin Pedroia. David Wright and Dustin Pedroia are basically the same baseball player. Ben Zobrist had a nice little career and is kind of an anticlimax. There's no way in hell Ben Zobrist is a Hall of Famer. But hey, Ben Zobrist was good. Good for you, Ben Zobrist. You won a World Series, I think. You were on the 2016 Cubs, weren't you? Maybe? The point is, Ben Zobrist was good. Baseball is fun. This has been an episode of Good Morning Mini Motorways. We will be back later tonight for Baldur's Gate 3, and then tomorrow morning for Gimmimimim. Folks on YouTube, so you know, for the rest of the week, it is business as usual. Normal upload schedule, Baldur's Gate today and Thursday, LA Noire tomorrow and Friday. Business as usual on the YouTube for the streaming. You can see it. Folks, have a wonderful day. Thank you as always for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.
Populated suburban place. Letting it crash. Okay, it might be a little unethical. Just a little. Just like oh, what the hell? That was mean.